kind of encryption technique this is. Seems like it has to be inserted into that camouflage device nearby. Aha! It's an audio recording.
Please, hear me out. I can't shake this feeling that someone's been spying on our house. No, I'm not being paranoid. It's true. I saw someone dressed in all black. It was a couple of days back, but that was on another street, not near my house. I swear, I know what I saw!
There's a note in the margin. Surveillance of the run for their residence has concluded. We apprehended the target and filed the mission report last night. Could the voice in the recording belong to one of Rarir's targets? A box containing a ring inlaid with a precious gem. Must be for his girlfriend. He looks even gloomier than last time. I wonder what's changed.
Today's files are in. Time to wade through them, just like usual. Male, 51. Occupation, cook. Confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has maintained frequent contact with other descendants over the past year. Poses a threat to the dynasty. Neutralized on... This one should be archived under purged targets. Female, 23. Occupation, office clerk. Confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has maintained frequent contact with other descendants over the past year. Poses a threat to the dynasty. Neutralized on... Another one for purged targets. Sounds like she was that other man's daughter. Never mind. What's it got to do with me? Male, 40. Occupation, teacher. Confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has been observed making contact with other descendants during the past year. Poses a threat to the dynasty. Neutralized on...
يا أخي دخنا من هذا الصوت. ليش التاريخ ينحذف؟ ما أدري.
Just another nobody for the archive. Come to think of it, I remember surveilling this man. A case like his never would have been considered a priority in the past. Huh. He barely even interacted with other Crimson Moon descendants.
صفاهم كلهم.
Female, 16. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has been observed making contact with other descendants during the past year. Poses a threat to the dynasty. Neutralized on... Filed. I have no recollection of this girl. None whatsoever. She doesn't seem to be anyone important, but then again, how many of them really are? Female, 13. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has been observed making contact with other descendants during the past year. Poses a threat to the dynasty. Neutralized on... Filed. Male, 11. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has not been observed making any contact with other descendants during the past year. Poses a threat to the dynasty. Neutralized on... Male, 6. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Poses a threat to the dynasty.
إذا طولنا بهاي الفقرة.
It's funny, isn't it? Your job is becoming both harder and easier at the same time, depending on how you look at it. Sooner or later, the Crimson Moon descendants will be completely wiped out.
منو؟
But as their numbers dwindle, they become harder and harder to track down.
That's not how it is.
Fortunately, however, most of the able-bodied adults have already been taken care of. The remaining weaklings will be increasingly easy to deal with.
No! No. My job is to ensure the survival of the Eclipse Dynasty. And the only way to do that is by eliminating any and all potential threats. It's a perfectly legitimate line of work. Every single one of my colleagues can attest to my fairness. And if my friends were aware of the facts, I know they'd back me up too. Assuming, of course, that they were aware of all the facts.
لا غلط، هذا ما هو مبرر.
Mr. Vedelfnir, it's been quite some time since we last met.
Revier, I trust you're here because you have something important to discuss.
Forgive me. I wasn't tuning out, it's just, I noticed you didn't even phrase that as a question. As if you knew I was coming. Tell me, does someone in your position ever feel the need to ask questions at all?
It is indeed within my power to foresee certain things. Things like your arrival.
I was just thinking. It won't be long before I'll be inviting both you and Dane to my wedding.
That isn't a lie, but nor is it a fact as such. It's a wish, isn't it?
No fooling a prophet, is there?
Ever since that day we met for drinks, I knew it was only a matter of time before you came looking for me.
Does it feel good? Knowing how the future will unfold.
I'm afraid the notions of good and bad fail to capture the complexity of what such a power entails. Once you've seen what will come to pass, it can be all too easy to succumb to fear and melancholy. Unless, of course, you learn to abandon these feelings. You fear my silence, and long to hear the words I left unspoken that day.
That's right.
You must have noticed my reluctance to broach the subject. And the reason is simple. Because the truth could never have lived up to your hopes. For both our sakes, such words are better left unsaid. The burden of prophecy was never meant for your shoulders.
So who exactly do you deem worthy to hear your prophecies? None but our exalted king?
Or rather, our king as he once was.
You're closer to His Majesty than I am. You must know better than anyone how much he's changed.
You say that as though it is to my benefit. Yet precisely because of that, I dare not speak rashly. A king can turn out to be the most virtuous of rulers, or a tyrant more terrible than the most vicious of dragons.
You are so wise and far-sighted, yet still you would have me live in fear of the unknown?
You make a fair point. Especially given my silence alone was all it took to send you spiraling downwards. Very well then. Let me offer you some advice. And I say this not as a prophet or a visionary, but simply as the brother of your friend. For many reasons, there is very little chance of your marriage ending in happiness. If happiness is what you seek, you should find another fiancé.
راحت تسمع جواب
Hold up.
جاك الجواب.
There's that same black fog again. Could this memory belong to Thelindis? Guess I'd better tread carefully.
Wait. Hear me out. This time we finally got a clear look at his face and learned his true identity.
هاي التكملة.
His name is Rayrir, and he claims to be one of the king's guards.
What did you say?
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man you're set to marry leads a double life as a brutal executioner.
Why are you telling me all of this now?
Simple. It's because I want you to kill him. You are the only person he would never suspect.
What?
No, absolutely not. I would never dream of doing such a despicable thing.
So you'll just stand by and watch him slaughter us to the last? Do not forget that the blood of the Crimson Moon flows in your veins too.
Oh.
The blood of the Crimson Moon? What does that matter now? The dynasty has long been dead and gone. You think that alone is reason enough for me to throw away everything I have?
Why wouldn't it be? You two were once a child of the Crimson Moon, just like me. Don't tell me you've never felt so much as a flicker of fury for the way we were trampled into the dust.
As long as you promise to abandon this pipe dream of restoring your dynasty, I can try to persuade him. Or have him persuade the Vinster King.
Persuade the Vinster King? Do you even know why he's so obsessed with hunting us down? Why he keeps trying to force us to hand over our secrets over and over again? Or why we refuse to give up on restoring the dynasty? The Vinster King. A blind fool. His eyes clouded by powers from beyond this world. A petty little man with a miser's heart. And he dares to sit upon the throne? Mark my words. Sooner or later, Canria will fall. And it will be his doing.
ايه صحيح اتدمرت.
If you can't bring yourself to do it, so be it. Just you watch. It won't be long before calamity descends upon us all.
The Rayrir of Solnari. That really is quite a secret you've been keeping from me, Rayrir. But who am I to talk? Am I really any better? I've kept my own past a secret this whole time too. Love should be built on honesty. But ours was born from lies. And yet, is it really so wrong to hide things that would only make life harder? If we don't cover up the parts that no one else should see, how can we go on pretending to be normal? Vedifulnir must have known all this. And that's why he made his prophecy. In the end, nothing stays hidden forever. But I won't just sit by and watch this disaster unfold. I'll do everything in my power to protect what I cannot afford to lose. No matter who I have to face.
Huh? Was that Rayrir who just walked past the window? Doesn't it give you the chills that he still takes the same road to work every day? As if nothing ever happened.
Those people at the deli.
Enough already. They're clearly pretty taken by their own disguises, so just smile and play along. Pull the rug from under beasts like that, and you'll risk having your throat torn out.
Delhi? Oh. They're talking about those people from the opposition. Right. I'd almost forgotten they used to run a deli. People of no consequence always vanish so easily. And no one even remembers them.
ليش الشباك ينسد؟
you can see he's not the man he pretends to be. So many have died already, and they say that the king's madness grows with each passing day. We're not going to survive this, are we? But why does it have to be this way? Do we really deserve to die just because of the blood that runs through our veins? Valendis, are you even listening?
Sorry, Freether. My mind was off wandering. I heard you, though. You're talking about what Rerir said. He's just following the king's orders. He's a secret agent, and it's his job to hunt down rebels and dissidents.
By the time you first met him, he'd already taken lives. Maybe he was using you from the very beginning.
No. Rerir has no idea I have anything to do with the Crimson Moon. My family are only distant relatives of the main lineage, and besides, my eyes are perfectly ordinary. Truth be told, apart from my teacher, pretty much no one knows I have any connection to any of it. It's been a long time since my family severed ties.
But as Orlog said, who could possibly talk sense into that raving lunatic of a king? No one.
I'll work something out. Trust me, I'm with you all. But for now, you need to keep yourselves hidden. Don't let anyone find you, anyone at all. Don't forget that Rerir is an Eclipse operative. You need to be extra careful when he's around. And when I am too. For now, don't come looking for me. And if anything happens to me, just act like we've never met.
If even you can't escape this, what hope do the rest of us have? But after all this time together, surely he wouldn't lay a hand on you.
I won't speak in his defense, nor can I give you a clear answer to that question. But I'll do everything I can to put an end to this. Here, hold on to this. If an opportunity to escape presents itself, take it. You'll be glad you took some spare change.
You call that change? But what about you?
I've got a job, and there's still money coming in. But you can't go anywhere right now. Please think about yourself for once.
Another day, another round of assassination training. The training ground is just beyond this hidden passageway.
When you kill a person, doesn't it bother you when you end up covered in their blood?
Why would it? Aren't we all just walking blood bags?
But not everyone is accustomed to hunting down others like prey. You've been a hunter for so long now, you seem to have forgotten that most people don't just go around killing one another.
مين اللي يحكي براسه هذا ما أدري.
Leave me alone.
قاعد يتدرب لو هذول بمكان الضحايا.
Make sure you have a firm grip on the handle. Then choose your angle well. Keep your movements light and brisk. And the prey won't sense a thing.
I doubt that. I'll bet no one's ever died a quiet death at your hands.
I work clean. No traces.
That doesn't make it open yourself to the king just happens to see you right now. What if he doesn't?
That won't happen.
Ever since you fell under the spell of that power, in the beginning, he only had you take out a handful of it. But now...
The ones I've dealt with have always been guilty. And I've carried out my work flawlessly.
Can't hide the truth.
You know why Valendis didn't accept your proposal, don't you? Was it because she didn't trust you? Or something else?
Enough!
ترى الضحايا مثل ما توقعت. ها؟
Delindis, do you still remember Orlog?
Orlog.
The boy who was pretending to sell flowers. You spoke for quite a while, didn't you?
Yes, we did. What about him?
He was arrested 2 days ago. Chances are he's already dead.
He...
I just don't get it! After everything he's done, why do you still stand by him? Or does it mean nothing to you that people keep dying?
No, that's not... Just hear me out.
I need to go now, Delindis. They're looking for us. You take care too. If you ever need a place to hide, come find us.
Author Thelindis. Over the course of this week, the research object was subjected to interference for a total of 47 hours for experimental purposes. The results are as follows. All subjects of observation that were sent inside have now... The situation within is proving more problematic than anticipated.
شو يسوي؟ شو من تجارب؟
No progress whatsoever. What now? Won't you give me even a glimmer of hope? Things are getting worse by the day. I have to find a way or we'll all be in danger. But I... If all this research comes to nothing, what then? Sooner or later it'll be my neck on the line. But could he really bring himself to kill me? No. Surely he wouldn't have the heart.
بدأت الشك. ايش جاي يصير بالدنيا؟
Why won't you just let us go? We don't even know each other. All we want is to live ordinary, peaceful lives.
You want to live?
Yes. I just want to go on living. Is that really such an unforgivable crime?
You want to go on living. I want to keep living too. To keep living forever. That's why I have no choice but to continue on the path I'm on. If only some savior would suddenly swoop down and change the way the world is. Too bad that's not going to happen.
يعني هو مجبور يسوي هذا الشيء؟
Imagine that. If there really were such a person, you and I wouldn't be standing here like this, would we? Today's files are in. Time to wade through them just like usual. No, I don't get tired of it. It's my job. And not only am I lucky to have it, I'm good at it too. Wait. Thelindis?
Oh.
No. No!
خلصهم عندها لو لا؟ لو انت لازم تختار، يلا اختار.
Why? But you bear no mark of the Crimson Moon. How could you possibly have anything to do with them? It cannot be.
يعني ما مجبور، انت راضي بهذا شغلك.
A diluted bloodline. Carefully concealed. I see it now. You've been living in the shadows just like me. What a fool I've been. Numbing myself with talk of justice. Even imagining my friends would back me up. But in the end, Irminsul. Finster King! How far are you going to take this? From the direct bloodline to secondary offshoots? And then what?
وات إرمنسول؟ مو هاي الشجرة؟ ليش قال إرمنسول؟
Today it's the descendants of the Crimson Moon. Who will it be tomorrow? Will you not rest until everyone down here is dead? No. This cannot go on. This is where it ends.
You're really letting me go?
I am. As long as you can guarantee that no one will find you.
صار يساعدهم، يخليهم يشردون.
Don't worry, I'll be extra careful. No one will know I was here. But what about you?
Me?
If you let me go, you won't be able to complete your mission, will you?
Good point. In that case, maybe you should stay.
No, please! I just want to see the outside world again. To...
Go on living?
Yes. I know you're a man of your word. So please, just let me go.
If I let you leave, what will become of me? Just kidding. Go, now. But remember, don't let anyone know you were caught. We'll be seeing each other again very soon if you do.
Even shadows in the dark must live by a code. But you can't save everyone.
You've been whispering in my ear for days now, Vedifilnir. What are you trying to do? Break me down?
ليش قاعد يحكي براسه؟
I only say this because you long for an answer to your problems. Let her go, Rerir, or you risk losing everything.
I will not abandon Thelindis.
Then you'll need a little more vigilance and a lot more power. The world is changing, Rerir. Keep your eyes peeled for your moment of opportunity.
That voice used to be so unclear, but now I know exactly whose it is. It's Vedifilnir.
تو يلا يدري.
He won't tell me how to actually resolve any of this, but he keeps trying to manipulate me like a puppet. What's his game here? Tell me then. What will this moment of opportunity look like? And no answer. He's like a ghost. Always disturbing me when I'm on edge, but never answering when I need him most.
So, the Eclipse dynasty was purging, well, massacring the descendants of the Crimson Moon. And it seems like it was all connected to the Vinster King's research. The King's obsession with abyssal power left the future of Canria hanging in the balance. No wonder every aspect of Rerir's life was so unstable. And it looks like this Thelindis, Rerir's would-be fiancée, herself belonged to a sub-branch of the Crimson Moon dynasty's descendants. It almost defies belief that a couple like them could hide the truth from each other for so long. If the Vinster King hadn't intervened in such a drastic way, they might have gone on deceiving each other for the rest of their lives. And why does Vedifilnir, Daneslif's older brother, keep talking in Rerir's head? This guy kept more secrets than I ever imagined. The human mind is like a vast desert of shifting sands. When you follow the flow of someone's memories, you only ever see the parts they're willing to let surface. Time for something a bit more creative. We've been inside Rarir's mind this whole time, building up a picture of his psyche. There's already enough clues on the board to start reading between the lines and mapping out the rest. Now, we can finally begin to put the pieces together. Sure, it'll only be a reconstruction, part simulation, part reasoning, but it's usually pretty accurate. Once we've built up a cognitive profile, we just need to cross-check the logic behind his actions. And then we'll be able to take a sneak peek at whatever it is that Rarir has really been hiding.
Rarir, are you there?
What? ليش صاروا عباد قطع شطرنج؟
Hey, Rarir! Come out, it's urgent!
Dane? What's wrong?
Quick, come with me. I'll explain everything once we've met up with the others.
Okay. I'll come. But the Lindis is still over at the Universitas. I'll need to leave her a note.
الهلال بأشواك والذيب.
All right then, but make it quick.
I've never seen Dane so worked up before. Whatever this is, it must be big trouble.
Well, this is a nice change, meeting you all at this hour. When men and women of ambition can speak face to face in broad daylight, I say that's a big step forward for our dear Canria.
قولت حصان.
Don't be ridiculous. We do not fear the day. Why would we seek refuge in the night?
سرتلوجي. سيف.
You might ask your blade that same question. I'm told it prefers the cover of darkness. The word on the street is that Sertologi only strikes when he has an unfair advantage. But that is patently false. I see you're missing an arm and a leg. Surely only a fair fight could explain that.
If this is your way of offering me replacement limbs, believe me, I'll take them.
Oh, we can certainly discuss that. With bioalchemy, anything is possible. Assuming I have your full support in my research.
واو. يعني جولد علمت على هاي السوالف.
Lunatic. Roptatir, what brings you here?
Why, Dainsliff, of course. He invited me.
عابد حكيم.
Please, cast aside your apprehensions, Miss Rhindaughter. Whatever the rumors may say, I am but a humble servant of the king, and I can assure you he affords me no greater convenience than he does you.
Well, the Universitas Magistrorum won't stop fawning over you. So at least some of the rumors must be true. You're clearly doing well for yourself, so drop the humble servant act. It endears you to no one. You're president of the Universitas Magistrorum, the chief royal mage known as the Wise by royal appointment, and by far the most favored among the 4 pillars of Canria. Vice President Veit doesn't even try to hide his envy when he sees you.
My success is the product of hard work and good luck. It's as simple as that. Were the king not such an extremist, I hardly think I would have received a senior post at my age. Of course, no job is without its gripes. Serving a king like ours can be a challenging task, as I'm sure you can imagine. And as for Efterveit, in missing out on the presidency, he's dodged a mountain of stress. Like everything else in life, it comes with pros and cons.
You're all here.
I apologize for the short notice, but it was an emergency.
You must be Rerir.
Mr. Sertologi. Yes, I handled your case file during your sentencing. Nothing personal, of course. I'm pleasantly surprised that you remember me.
You're clearly a person of substance if you've been invited here. But Dainsleif, you'd better have a very good reason for convening this little gathering.
It's my brother, Vedalfenir. After he spoke at the court this morning, the king was so infuriated by his words that he had him blinded in both eyes and thrown in prison.
واو كذا واحد يعرفه صار مذنب.
Vedalfenir in prison? Strange. I thought the king trusted him and Horoptatyr more than anyone else in the world. Does this mean the king's circle of trust just got even smaller?
It has nothing to do with trust. It's about what the king wants, which is as clear as day to anyone paying attention. I simply appease him, because it's in the best interests of the Universitas Magistrorum.
And also because you're slimy. Vedalfenir, perhaps less so. But still, a visionless visionary? It rather inclines me to think that qualifications are not what get you ahead in Canrya.
Do you honestly think this is an important discussion to be having right now?
Dane, what are you planning to do?
Rescue Vedalfenir, I assume.
Correct. It will mean storming the palace by force. Tonight. I need all of you on my side.
That's far too dangerous. And don't forget, Dainsleif, you're captain of the Royal Guard. You swore an oath to the throne.
You've been planning this for a while, haven't you?
I have no desire to commit treason. But whatever critique the king may have of Vedalfenir, disfiguring your most loyal subject for putting the best interests of his court and nation first, this is not the conduct of a wise ruler. My blade will force the king to see the error of his ways.
كفو Dainsleif.
So, Vedalfenir's prophecy enraged the king. I'm sure it wasn't what he wanted to hear, but if he won't take counsel even from the visionary, that is deeply troubling news. The extent of His Majesty's madness is now all too clear. The question is, how does a man like me get out of this situation unscathed? You have noble ambitions, Dane, but I'm afraid they don't do much for a guy like me. I'm not interested in saving the world. All I want is a letter of pardon.
A letter of pardon? For whom? Thelindis? The chances of the Vinster King issuing a pardon for anyone connected to the Crimson Moon seem vanishingly slim. This black fog over the board must have some connection to Thelindis. But why is it taking this form? Does it have something to do with Rerir's past? Another mystery I'll need to unravel.
Author Thelindis. Over the course of this week, the research object was subjected to interference for a total of 60 hours for experimental purposes. The results are as follows. Research dating back to the Crimson Moon Dynasty has established 2 points regarding moon marrow. Firstly, its origins have something to do with a god's power. Secondly, it serves as a portal to an as-yet indeterminate location. Moon marrow can thus be defined as a spatial gateway. However, there are a number of hurdles to overcome before we can answer the question of where it leads to. To start with, opening the gateway requires a specific power source, which the relevant literature indicates. An enormous amount of power is then required to keep the gate open. Currently, the total power output of our instruments remains in the single digits. To make matters worse, I am now the only staff member remaining in the Moon Marrow lab. The Universitas Magistrorum recently decided to move most of its personnel into abyssal energy research, which has stymied all Crimson Moon-related projects.
الأرج اللي خلت أرلكين هيجي.
This is not a wise move. I've always maintained that placing all our hopes in a single source of power is risky, especially one as poorly understood as this. As well as making ourselves overly reliant on a single resource, we are neglecting other promising technologies. I apologize if this comes across as disrespectful, but as a Moon Marrow researcher, I desperately want to see the world beyond the gateway. If we really made it there one day, what would we find? And how would we go about taming the unknown? My imagination is endlessly fueled by questions such as these. This is for you. I heard you're gonna leave the city with your parents.
Delindis, did you hear about what happened?
صار.
I've heard nothing. Rerir got back very late last Friday, and he was acting a little unusual, but he slept pretty well, so I'm guessing whatever he did was a good deed. You never saw him, and I don't know what he did. And this conversation never happened. You understand?
What if he finds out that you pried into his secrets?
Don't be silly. I don't know what secrets he does or doesn't have. All I know is he's just a normal guy who happens to run some errands for the king.
Are you scared of him?
I don't know. The Rerir I know doesn't match the person you all describe. Logically, I should be scared of him, and yet, I don't want to lose him. But enough about that. You should get going, and be careful with the package I gave you. Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
What's in it?
A piece of the moon. All you need to know is that as long as you keep it safe, then in the future, everyone will be able to see a red moon.
ما أعرف شنو تحاول تسوي ما أدري.
A red moon? You mean our moon?
That's right. Our moon. Promise me you'll look after it.
I promise, Delindis.
The Crimson Moon bloodline will never die out. Its light, the color of blood, will become like a fire that flows in our veins. No matter how long it takes.
Hurry, everyone, and stick to the plan.
Sir Dainsleif, what are you? Is this treason? You know what happens to those who betray the throne. Please, don't do this!
It is the king himself who has betrayed the throne. He has betrayed all of Canria.
If you have any love left for justice in your heart, you should join me.
صار ترجم يتحمس للقتال.
It's showtime. Dane and his group will handle the troops in the palace. Then Hoptatir and Rhindaughter will disarm the security measures. My job is to enter the prison and rescue Vedifalnir. Stay safe. Wish me luck.
Look after my brother. Draw your blade. It is time for justice to prevail.
This place is filthy. And the smell is abominable. Clearly, the king doesn't allow his prisoners a single shred of dignity. This is dire. Found you. Hello, Mr. Vedifalnir.
نشوف ايش راح يصير.
It's you.
Surprised? Oh, wait. I guess surprise isn't an emotion that prophets feel very often.
I certainly felt some surprise in the moment when I was blinded. Surprise at the king's sheer ignorance. Surprise at just how unfairly this world responds to words of earnest remonstration.
I'm curious. What did you prophesize this time?
It wasn't a prophecy. It was a word of warning. Someone had to say it. The king has forsaken all reason in pursuit of his obsessions. I simply told him that if he continues on this path, Canria will surely fall.
وما أخذ الحكي مالك معفن.
But he didn't listen. Worse still, he stabbed you in both eyes and locked you away. Dane asked for my help. The court is in complete chaos now, but I'm sure you predicted that.
Everything is transpiring as I foresaw, yet I am powerless to change it. Fate is an immutable force. I can but lament as the inevitable unfolds. I do wonder whether giving a man the power to see the future does nothing more for him than slowly crush his spirits.
قدرتك بدون فايدة مضرة أصلا.
Forgive my curtness, Vedafulnir, but the king did not suddenly turn on you today. His suspicions have been brewing for a long time. You can't have wisdom beyond the reach of your fellow man without attracting his fear and suspicion. There are things the king does not want to see. So, he doesn't want you having visions of them either. He blinded you because he thought this would make the visions stop.
He wasn't entirely wrong. I did indeed lose my power to see the future. Right up until...
Until what?
Just now. I believe I saw something new.
Well, tonight could go a lot of different ways. 5 of us banded together to storm the palace, also we could rescue you. This will go down as the most tumultuous day in Canrian history.
I sense hatred in you, but also hope. A desperate hope that with the tyrant deposed, that will be the end of the story. But this is not the end. It is the beginning of a new chapter, in a whole new story.
صدق.
There are many men of honor and courage in this world, Rerir. But you are not one of them. You're not here for justice, are you? You're here for yourself. Is that a dagger? Interesting. Why not the polearm? It was always your weapon of choice.
With your abilities, I don't doubt that you were able to recover some of your sight. But I also doubt that you want to make an enemy of me right now.
رجع عيوني.
Of course not. We're on the same side, aren't we?
We could be. But I need you to be honest with me, Vedafulnir. At this point, you're my only hope for the future.
You mean your future? With your beloved, Felindus?
Yes. And I know there are bigger things at stake here. A dynasty, a nation, maybe the entire world. But forgive me, I care first and foremost about myself. I can't abandon the one I love to save myself. I just can't do it. But you see a broader picture of the future than I. You see the solutions to the biggest problems of our age. So tell me, what is my solution? What's the answer?
In matters of fate, answers are either right or wrong. What will be and what will not. Maybe you are willing to pay a certain price in the pursuit of happiness, but unfortunately, fate does not negotiate. That is the cruelest thing about fate. It is unmoved by your sacrifices.
That can't be true. I know it's your voice that I keep hearing in my head, urging me to see how the world is changing, to seek more power, so I can protect the things I love. You show me disaster, but you won't show me how to avoid it? Why? Why are you doing all this?
إيه ليش؟
My voice. In your head. So, you hear it too?
Now بيضحك.
The voice that steals your mind, gains your trust, and drives you crazy. It turns out that we are not so different, you and I.
Vedafulnir just broke into the strangest smile I've ever seen in my life, as if he'd discovered some monumental secret. But then he suddenly switched to looking extremely weary.
Very well then. My advice to you is as follows. You must persevere. Whatever trials and tribulations you may face, be steadfast in the belief that they are your path to the future.
عرفت ليش حاطين علامة تحية لأن ما هو صاحي.
For as long as you live, your story with Thelindis shall not come to an end. That is the only chance you have of fighting back against fate. It is up to you whether you believe my words. Regardless, that is all I will say on the matter. I have no right to intervene any further.
I will hold you to your word.
Thank you for setting me free. In return, I will tell you one more thing that you cannot afford to ignore.
Just then, a strange wave of energy rippled through the city. We had no idea what it could mean.
If I were you, I would head to the Universitas Magistrorum.
إيه شو يسوي هناك؟
The Universitas? Oh no!
I'm sure we'll be seeing each other again very soon, Rerir.
يا أخي التنبين خبيث.
Whatever Vedifalnir said, I didn't catch it. I didn't even help him out of the prison. There was no time to lose. Monsters? Is this Rheindarter's doing? The Universitas Magistrorum! Out of my way! The Universitas. That reminds me of a rumor I once heard. Allegedly, the king installed secret mechanisms in the palace and around the city. No one knows where they are or what kind of power they hold. But if they were ever going to activate, it would probably be on a night like tonight.
شاف روحه راح يموت قال خذ أخذهم كلهم وياي.
Help! Help! Hold on! Don't let them anywhere near you!
Save me! I can't! Ah!
That sounded like an explosion. So the rumor is true? The king really went through with it. What other means does the king have at his disposal? They must run on power from the Abyss. And given it's a major center of Abyss research, anyone over at the Universitas will be in grave danger. I have to hurry!
كانريا. أخيرا شفنا معدها شيء.
Take this!
Monsters at the Universitas Magistrorum? Why now? Oh no, they're coming. It's no use. The table won't hold out much longer. The weapons. Where are the weapons? Of course. All the lab equipment was upgraded after the inspection last week, but the new weapons haven't been allocated yet. I'm done for. Is anyone there? I need help!
يضحك إذا ما يضحك.
Stay back! Please stay back! Please!
شنو؟ أوه هذا الرسم.
What's that?
Rerir! So the rumors about your work are true.
What? No! Listen, something happened at the palace tonight. We have to leave!
You don't need to lie to me anymore.
What do you mean?
I know why you're worried, and I will respect the decision you've made. But it's okay, because I found a solution. I know how to end all this.
راح
You
تحبس
can
هنا.
have it back. the normal life you so desire. But until then, I'm afraid our wedding will have to wait.
Celindus? No, don't do it! Celindus! Celindus!
I told you, Rerier. Let her go. You will find someone better.
No! No, I won't do it! I have to save her!
By what means exactly? A lowly pawn. You lack the power and the strength of will.
Do you know a way? Tell me!
Come to the palace. Join us.
Rarier, thank goodness we...
Step forward.
يعني كله بسبب أخو دينسليف.
You made it.
Not you too.
وهذا دينسليف ترى.
Hatred or grief, despair, desire. We all have our own.
Rarier. Rarier.
Celindus?
Were you daydreaming?
What?
You still remember, Rarier? That question you asked me a couple of weeks ago?
Oh. You mean the proposal?
Yeah. I'm wondering, where do you think would be a good place to discuss it? Maybe in the garden? Or were you thinking a fancy restaurant?
It's your choice.
حطمت أحلامك للأسف. وهيك صاروا الفايف سيلز.
Find you. And then you can give me your answer.
هسه عرفنا شنو يعني تحطم بانعكاس القمر.
So that's how the Raker of Solnari was born. A monster created by circumstance is a monster all the same. Viewing other people's thoughts for too long can get uncomfortable. Right now, I'm feeling a strong sense of loathing.
حتى راح انسى ليش جينا احنا هنا.
In a nutshell, the story of Canria is what happens when the truth falls by the wayside. Everyone tells little white lies, and before long, you have a huge pack of lies that destroys everything. Time to get back. His past is filled with sorrow, but the tale of any fallen civilization is one of endless tragedy. Cruel as it may be, that was Canria's fate.
رجعني.